Today we're taking a look at Odyssey, book 9, lines 371 to 381, and we're going to start here with in line 371. We remember that Odysseus has just spoken to the Cyclops. He told him about his name. He told him his name was Nobody, and he said back to him that he said, "I will eat nobody last and all of his other companions first." And so this is where we pick up. What I've done here is highlighted in green all of the main verbs. So anytime you see something highlighted like such, that's going to be a main verb. So the first thing he did was the Cyclops A. He went and he pésεν, he fell over, ὕπτιος, on his back. He fell on his back. And then you get this participle here, ἀνακλινθεΙς, nominative participle, which is why I put it in green. So it's the Cyclops we're talking about. Hokuklops. If you wanted to put a subject in Greek, and he fell over flat on his back, but then κεῖτ, which is short for ἑταῖροι, he lay down ἀποδοχμώσας. So here's another participle. Turning sideways or drooping over his direct object here, pahၤn, αὐχένα, his thick neck. So red, remember, is accusative. So bending his thick neck, and then the subject of the next verb is ὕπνος. This is sleep personified. And sleep personified, described always as the pandamátωρ. If you take a look at this verb, this adjective, pandamátωρ, you'll see that it actually is made out of two Greek words. One of them is pan, paspasapan, which you guys know means every or all. And then the second half, damátωρ, means conqueror. So sleep, which conquers all. And that is going to do what? It's going to take him over. ᾕρει, from αιρεύγετο, αιρέso. So pandamátωρ, so there's pan, meaning all or every, and then damátωρ, which means the conqueror. So sleep, the all-conqueror, took him down, and that's this ᾕρει from αιρεύγετο, and it goes along with kad. This is called tmesis, when you split a verb from its preposition and the main verb itself. So sleep took him down, and then something happened here, fάρυγος, so genitive of separation. So something came out of his throat. What was that? Something ἐξέσσυτο. There's your main verb here. Something like flowed or, came right out of his throat. ἐξέσσυτο. What was that thing that came out of his throat? Well, two things. Oϊνος. Everybody knows what caused him to fall over, right? This was the wine. So the wine came out of his throat, rushed out. And then also the second subject. So subject one was here, oϊνος, and subject two, ψωμοί, ἀνδρόμεοι. Go ahead and say it, Tom. What is ψωμοί, ἀνδρόμεοι? Tom. All right, if you're not going to say it, then Brendan, why don't you say it? You will taste man flesh. Exactly, Brendan, thank you. And then what did he do? Meaning the Cyclops, not Brendan. And then he, subject here, And then he ἐρεύγετο. This is a great verb. He belched. He belched. And he's described as oīnοβαρείων. He's described as heavy with wine. So just to go back, right? The wine is the one thing that made him drunk, and so that's why it says the wine then poured out of his throat. Also, these man morsels, right? The man flesh, and then he fell over. He belched. ἐρεύγετο. He belched, being heavy with wine. That's probably what it sounded like right there. At that time, what did I do? So here's your subject again, ego. At that time, I, ЯЛΑΣα, there's your main verb, right? I drove the μοχλὸν, the stake, the mast. Hupā σποδοῦ πολλῆς. I drove it under σποδοῦ and then πολλῆς. So this prepositional phrase is kind of broken up, but that's the whole thing there. So what did he drive it under? And this is where it gets heated up, right? I drove it under a big pile of ash, under plentiful ash, until it did what? Θερμαίνοιτο, right? There's that word thermal that we have, heat. So until it got heated up. And while I was doing that, what did I do? Θάρσυνον, I emboldened my companions, all of them, πάντας ἑταῖρους. And with what, using what did I do this? I emboldened them, єπεσσι. I emboldened them with words. Remember, guys, pink is dative. So pink is dative of means, right? I emboldened them by means of words. Why would I do this? Well, it's because he didn't want them to back off, right, when they got close to it. So purple clause, me tis moi, lest anybody, tis, so there's your subject, lest anybody anadoue, there's your verb, shrink back, ὑποδείσας, because they were afraid. So lest anybody get afraid and shrink back. And then moi here you can put in as a dative of reference. Anybody would shrink back from me or for me. But what happened? When right away the moklos, when the olive wood stake, μέλεν, there's your main verb, right, was about to, and here's an infinitive that comes with that verb, was about to catch in the flame, and we say this in English too, we say something catches fire. So that's this infinitive here. When the olive wood stake was about to catch in the fire, taka, right, swiftly, although being green, what did it do? It glowed in a frightening way. And at that point, I, Pharaon, I brought it, ekpuros, out of the fire, and I brought it closer, amphi, and around me. Now remember, this is adverbial here. Adverbial. So, and around me, ἑταῖροι, is my subject, right? Around me, my companions, histanta, we want to get that as our main verb, they stood, right, from histemi, but a mega daimon, but a great spirit. A great spirit breathed upon us what? Tharsos. Tharsos, which is going to be boldness, right? And actually, I messed that up. I'm going to go back and correct myself right now. The subject of this verb is daimon. Subject, but daimon is ha. Daimon. Okay, whereas tharsos is ta. Tharsos. And mega, as you guys know, is a neuter form of the adjective. So the neuter would have to go with this part. So, and a spirit breathed upon us great boldness.